Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy NXTGEN720, and I'm back with another video. You said, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat as you guys come in. As you guys come in, you'd be so kind to hit the like button. You know what I mean? As you guys come in, if you'd be so kind, like I said, to hit the like button. We're gonna have a great show today. One man band, and that's also I'm also giving you guys Xbox Beast Fire come later on. We're gonna shoot that about 9:30. So let's read some of these comments here, right? He's my man Richard Cucumber. Shout out my man Richard Cucumber Eater USA. These MFs are grandmothers are widows. Eric the Red 06 said these titles so shady days ago with his Steinfeld humor. You said they doesn't give a shit about your thoughts. Just don't give a shit about you. You're too tough to be seen playing a colorful video game with friends who has a problem. Halo Storm. This dude is mad sensitive. Nah, he ain't. He's a showman. My God, my God, my God. Tebow, my man like the Zohan. You don't mess with Zaire. You know what I mean? Look at this. Someone I considered a friend. King's Blood Gaming. Nah, they attacking you because you running for some jokers in 2K. My God, my God, my God. Do me a favor. We're gonna have a great show today. I promise you, man. And listen, I will tell the truth, the whole truth. So help me, Xbox. Right? How you say break by break, piece by piece. As you guys come in, now listen. I ain't pulling no punches today. I'm going to expose some of these tweets that I've been receiving all week. You know what I mean? Y'all jokers that I was just bugging out and just, nah, I'm serious. Don't get me wrong. Those of you that know me know I got a great sense of humor. Like, Lord, no, man. I like the joke. I didn't got sent home many days from school from hiking. Like I'm telling you, I cuts up. That's why I think it's funny. You know what I mean? Literally. Like I told you guys what 2 weeks ago, jokers were calling me. I'm not gonna say it. Listen, I am racial slurs and saying it was gonna break my jaw for me to mind my place. You know what I mean? Literally. That's not me joking. I'm dead ass. I'm serious. You know what I mean? Those of you like you see, I don't play the racist stuff, but I have a sense. I don't know if this person was white or black, but with some of the dialogue between that person and these person and I kind of figured he was from a lighter side of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Said he was going to render me unconscious. Color folks don't talk like that. We just said we're gonna get knock you out. He said he was gonna render me unconscious in front of my wife and my children. You know what I mean? Knock me smooth out my pumas. You know what I mean? So he said first said knock me out my pumas. That's a brother, but he said render me unconscious. Like, you know what I mean? There's somebody with some education behind him, you know what I mean, that he paid for rendering me unconscious. But I laughed it off. I laughed it off. You know what I mean? But then I blocked him because he went a little racist, told me to mind my place, cool and all that stuff. But but still I rise. You know what I mean? But though some of you guys are new here, and let me give you a backdrop. Then I'm gonna show you some of these tweets that I'm talking about, right? Since hold on one second. Maybe Porter Rock might join me today. I just gonna go to my Twitter. Actually, my cell phone. Hold up. What the hell is my cell phone? I don't know what the hell my cell phone is. Hold on one second. Hold up one second. I don't know where the hell my cell phone is at. But anyway, it's right here somewhere. Maybe it's on the kitchen table. I'll find it. I hear it when it rings. But anyway, for the last how should I say this here? For the last 2 years, 2.5 years, uh, you know, a lot of people said I started this whole Xbox movement here. It is what, like I said, when I started doing this back in 2013, I didn't really know too many vocal pro Xbox channel. if there were some, I didn't know anything. I even found crap. Crap was out there sounding like uh IP Rock. Crap was sounding like Mr. Rogers. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I'm not taking credit for anyone's success. I think it's dope that the platform and the avenue uh that crap dug out for itself. Well, even my brother P Rock. I mean, even though he's a Sony dude, you know what I mean. A lot of people in the Xbox community don't like him. You know what I mean. I don't mind the back and forth with what platform you like because I don't. I have everything. I game on everything. That doesn't bother me. You know what I mean. As long as you don't cross the line and get a little weird talking about families and children, P Rock would never do that. He just the way that we are Xbox guys or whatever the case, he feels the same way about the PlayStation. Cool. You know what I mean. That I can draw the line between that. You know what I mean. So like I said, I've introduced over the years you guys to the community a host of various talent. It is what it is. I'm not taking credit for anyone's success. It's you there to go out there and put the how you say put the asses in the seat and keep creating content and stuff. But did I give people a platform? Yes, I have. Okay, there's no negating that, and that's how I am in real life. I never wanted to be the one with all the money or anything. If I go to Jamaica, we all go to Jamaica. That's just me as a person. I mean, even though, like I said, it's crazy. I'm the only child. You would think I would be selfish, but I like for other people to blow up and shine. Like I can't wait to Maslin and Post and Garrett and those guys really take off because they're some extremely talented cats. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Nethus, you know what I mean, and all those guys. I can't wait for them guys to really, really strike out and to do their thing. But for the last 2.5 years, and again, some of you guys may have heard this story before, but I have a lot of people that are new here to the channel. I had an influx of subscribers. They even may not have heard the story, but I've been very vocal and critical of Microsoft in the public. I mean, don't get me wrong. YouTube is what you call entertainment, right? We all do it for shits and giggles. I mean, for me, it's entertainment. Even though you get some of myself within my character of NXTGEN720, trust me, I'm not walking around the streets screaming bang, bang, and this, that. Well, I might scream that in the street. I'm lying. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. It's entertainment. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you know what I mean? But I don't have a problem, or like I said, I don't. I've always told you guys that I don't worship, you know what I mean, or I should say, it's not a big deal if Phil Spencer doesn't talk to me or Aaron Green. And like I met some very very cool people within this gaming community. I mean, the industry rather. You know what I mean? Very cool. You know, what I mean, I tell people all the time, you'd be surprised who watches your channel. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this again. Before these companies will have to pay X amount of dollars for people like Michael Packard or whatever the hell is the case to go out and do these surveys and stuff. Now they got places like YouTube and social media where they can see what the average Joe Smo thinks about their product. So that's why sometimes you may see Michael Packard come out there and make these bold statements sometime and to get the gaming community up in this is main business to keep his name out there. I understand. I'm not knocking anyone's hustle, right? Look where I'm going with this, right? It's not a big deal to me. I proved that to you when I did the show last week. It was last week before that. We did Xbox Beast Fire. And I asked Phil Smith, and like I said, I rarely tweet anyone as far as execs and stuff, because I know I get 1,000 tweets a day. So I can only imagine what they get. And it's not a big deal to me. I'm just being honest with you. And like they're gonna really answer. But anyway, I asked Phil on Twitter. I said to him, I'm a true Xbox guy. You know what I mean? Not someone that claims to be an Xbox guy. I've been here since '01. You know what I mean? If you look to the far left of me right there, you can't see. You see that's the OG Xbox, that's the 360, and that's the Xbox One S. You know what I mean? Oh, and also too, for those of you guys that have been rocking out with the show and want to get part in the super chat, it now supports iPhone. So if you got an iPhone, you want to rock out in the super chat, you can. Just throw that out there. So anyway, you see, like I said, I've been here since day one. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys don't know what gaming on the Duke with the white and black button up top. I ain't talking about the S. I'm talking about the old school dude. Like I go back since then. I was even a beta tester for Xbox Live. You guys look at I have two other tags, but this is my public one. If you look at the Zaire, that account there, I think it's like 16 years old or whatever the case, 16, 17 year old. Actually, I've been here from day one. So I said to Phil, Phil, coming from a true Xbox fan who's been here since before the book of Genesis, right? More or less, you know what I mean? Where's your guys' direction as far as what you're going with mature content for your platform? Because I've heard some rumors, you know what I mean? Well, not really. I think it's kind of been in the public with the Quantum Dreams, that developer there. But they wanted to bring Heavy Rain to the Xbox 360, and they didn't want to deal with something like that, or most kids being adopted. Sony said, "Here, get here, sign us right up, give it to us, right?" And also too, someone sent me a little documentary that the guy put together. I thought I put it in my favorites, but I didn't. But anyway, when Microsoft wanted to take the chainsaw out of Gears of War, now, if anything you guys know about Gears of War, like honestly, that first scene of you run up the steps and get that first chainsaw kill, like that really set the generation off with a bang. That was like, oh my god, I've never seen anything like that. It blew my mind. And they wanted Epic Games to take out the chainsaw. It was too gory for them, and or more or less. And Epic, shout out to Epic, stuck to their guns. They stuck to their guns. They ended up showing it off at E3, that demo. Bill Gates loved it, the chainsaw. The rest is history, right? But hear me out, right? Now, my man P Rock, when the whole Heavy Rain thing, and I'm not saying this, I mean, true. Now, the person that told Porter Rock this thing, that they kind of didn't want anything to do with Heavy Rain with mental illness, it's a very reliable source. And I don't think that person has any reason to lie, to be honest with you. Now, if things change in which the game is coming out, if things change behind it, things change all the time. But initially, it's something they did want to deal with a woman with mental illness and schizophrenia. You know what I mean? And from a very, very reliable source, I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but things change behind the scenes, whatever the case may be, right? But I asked, Phil, I was like, you know what I mean? Like I was talking about more of the art style and the direction that they're taking. I'm gonna come to Inside Xbox in a minute, and I'm gonna get to the tweets that I've recently received. If you look at even we had a debate or whatever you want to call a conversation with Kids Smooth Friday, me, myself, and Garrett, just talking about the art style of their exclusives that they have been releasing on the Xbox. You know what I mean? They're very kid friendly. You understand what I'm saying? Look, we'll Sea of Thieves. And listen, I'm not one of the ones that's on the Sea of Thieves hype train. You know what I mean? Because I have yet to play it, and maybe one of those games that I have to play to really get what the hell I'm looking at. You know what I mean? It may be one of those games like with PUBG. I didn't get PUBG at first until I actually played, and then I got it. I was like, oh, I can see what the hype is about. And maybe Sea of Thieves, maybe that game, maybe it's something I have to play to see. Oh, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what all the hype is about. Um. So anyway, so I asked him, you know what I mean, and he didn't. Like I sent a tweet to him, and again, I've had conversations with Phil before. You guys know this, so it's not that he doesn't know who I am, and I know who he is, uh, but he didn't answer the tweet, and it got maybe like 100 retweets or whatever, 150 retweets or whatever, and people was saying something. So I did the Xbox Beast Fire, and I labeled the show like something along those Phil Spencer. What the hell did I name that damn show? Good show though. Phil Spencer avoids questions about Xbox. And I was just talking about the mature content, like the art style. Because if you look honestly, all the games exclusive wise that we've gotten from Microsoft outside of, I'm going to say, Quantum Break and Rise, and people say maybe Gears, but Gears is not, I mean, really realistic. You got these big, it's aliens. You know what I mean? And you got these big linebacker guys. I love you guys. I love Gears to death. You know what I mean? But it's still like you're not a realistic tone. Like I'll give you an example, like No Days Gone. That looks realistic, or The Order 1880. Those games like that type of art style. I'm not even talking about the content. I'm talking about the art, the graphics, right? That really push the platform. Here it is. We have the world's most powerful console, right? And every game that we're getting more or less exclusive, like thus far that we know of, are kind of Nickelodeon as far as art style. I'll give you an example. I love Sunset Overdrive. I think it's the illest thing ever. It was different, you know what I mean? But everything is like that, you know what I mean? And I understand Sunset Overdrive is rated mature because of the cuss words, but it's not because of the art style. All right. So, you know what I mean? Are we going to, get game? Even look, State of Decay 2. I can't wait to play it. But even that has a cartoony kind of look, you know what I mean? Look to it, right? And if you don't understand what I'm saying about Sea of Thieves, I think Sea of Thieves would have received better, or at least with more open world, if they had an art style like that other pirate game, sorry, that Ubisoft coming. I think it's called Skull and Bones. It's how they look realistic. But anyway, so I digress, right? He didn't answer me, so I go live on the air, right? And I said, what's the name of the show? The show was called Phil Spencer Remains Quiet on the Questions of Mature Exclusives, right? Now, we're doing the show about maybe 30 minutes into the show, and like I said, I'm always very. I don't believe in disrespecting anybody. We can I don't do that. You would never see me come out there and troll any exec or anything like that. I'm gonna speak my mind. I don't pull any punches, but I just don't do that. You know what I mean? I just I'm grown as hell. It ain't that serious to me. But he chose to, which is cool. Shout out to Phil. You know what I mean? I told him thank you. He answered my tweets live when I was on air. Like I always say, you'd be surprised to watch this stuff. He answered a few of my questions. So he basically said he had no control over the games, whatever the case, that are coming to the platform, or the direction that uh more or less the exclusive stake, right? More or less, you know what I mean? He doesn't choose. He doesn't go on there mandate, hey, you guys make it run. You know what I mean? Which I think he can maybe put his foot down or whatever, but that's neither here or there. But I was said to him, we said, if you're talking about, he said to me, if you're talking about Sea of Thieves, um, if you're talking about Sea of Thieves, if you're talking about Lucky Tales, that's just timing, you know what I mean? More or less of those games are coming out for us, the fluffy Disney type, cartoon type graphics, right? And and again, I don't want to question anyone's integrity. If you just go back and you look at the last several releases from Microsoft, you know what I mean? I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? We've had Recore, you know what I mean? Recore, Lucky Tales, Voodoo Vince. You see where I'm going with this. They've all been this type of game, you know what I mean? And listen, to be fair, I've always told you guys that I'd rather play a AAA exclusive than a dog shit. I'm sorry, a AAA multiplayer than a dog shit exclusive anyway. And I was kind of, maybe with me, damage control, like I said, and I still believe that. Not so I know that in this day, say exclusives don't hold the weight that they once did. Everything is more multi-platish, AAA. You know what I mean? I'm not saying exclusives don't sell. Hear me out, okay? But you know, exclusives are more or less bought by the hardcore, and the casuals far outweigh the hardcore, maybe 8-1 or whatever the case. Look at the sale numbers of Destiny, or I'm not talking about combined, just talking about individually on even a platform. It's crazy. I give you an example. Greatest Super Mario Brothers is, or whatever, Odyssey. You guys like it or love it, right? Uh it never outsell Call of Duty, or I'm just talking about, or Call of Duty, or Death or Star Wars on whatever platform, the Xbox or the PlayStation. I mean, that's just a fact. Those, I mean, those games sell in the boatloads. If you look at the MPD every month, you're going to see the same 9 or 10 multi-plat. See, Grand Theft Auto was still there. You know what I mean? Uh, that's Porter Rocket. Yes, sir. We're gonna go live about 9:30. All right, I'm sorry about that. So anyway, so that's what I was saying. You know what I mean? And he said, more or less, like a true politician, he said that that's something, but basically duly know that he whatever, you know what I mean? Cool. So, like I said, I've been very vocal the last few weeks, you know what I mean? Very vocal. And it's not something, and not to sound like a broker, it's things that I've said in the past. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna, how you say, I appreciate all you guys have been rocking out with me for whatever, for however long. I appreciate it. It means the world. The fact that you just came here to watch me sit and talk for a minute means the world to me. I get it. You know what I mean? I don't believe in saying I have any fans. I don't have any fans. You know what I mean? I'm not a celebrity. But the fact that you guys tune in to see what the hell I got to say about means the world to me, right? So hear me out. So that's what Phil said, right? And so a lot of you people, we're waiting for this Inside Xbox show, right? And actually, I forgot all about it. I was going to do a show about something else, but Neith was like, hey, you're going to go on the same time as Inside Xbox. So I actually watched the show. And the show, come on, like, I mean, we got to be honest, the show was horrible. The show was horrible. You know what I mean? What that show appealed to, and I've always raised the question that Microsoft forgot what their core wants. Their core, the one that made you this hip hop, this hip machine during the 360 in the OG era. They just went away from their core. And to give you an example, when they kind of hang their hat on this Xbox Play Anywhere, the Windows Live, your core don't give a hell about it. Jokers like me don't give a rat's ass about Xbox Play Anywhere. That's just a fact. Look at the numbers. By them putting Gears of War in the Windows 10, so whatever the hell was that didn't boost the sales of Gears of War for Forza either. It's the truth. You know what I mean? You have to leave some value to your hardware, which is the Xbox. I understand they make more money off software. This is again both Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Maybe like I said, Nintendo, they always sell their hardware now at a profit, really. But they make the majority of the money off the software sales, right? But you have to leave some value there. Hear me out. So I was saying this back then that this wasn't going to take on because your core. Listen, I understand the casuals outnumber the hardcore 9-1, but it's the hardcore that sets the tone that the casuals tend to follow. It is what it is, right? So didn't help it out, and I was very vocal about that then there, right? I was very vocal about them, with the cancellation of Fable Legends. I understand that Fable Legends wasn't really Fable, but the fact that they fired the studio, and it was crazy, right? And I'm gonna say this again, it was crazy that the Xbox community was coming to me talking about, well, this didn't sell this, and it's crazy as hell. Like, you know what I mean? You guys are so much worried about Microsoft money and what they're selling. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? I said it's called gays going no, not no. I'm sorry, but anyway, it's crazy as hell. I never understand that. You know what I mean? Then you have and K Maker's my brother. I even going back and forth on that. We didn't need better TV marketing because they're saving those games for exclusives. And what exclusive did we get? Not one, right? You know what I mean? It's being real. Like I said, then the last AAA exclusive we got. Now I'm not even going to count Forza because Forza 7 is it's a niche title. I understand it's big for Microsoft, but it's a simulation racer. It is. Forza Horizon, appeals to more people because myself, I don't really care for simulation races, but it is what it is, right? But hear me out. So, I was very vocal about it. The last game, even crap, it's crazy as hell. It's bad when crap comes out that motherfucker. And he's like, yo, it's just a problem. You know what I mean? And crap, my dude, my brother from another mother. We have not seen eye to eye on a lot of topics. I've bumped heads with members of BGST for a while. Like, remember I told you guys that these next generation consoles were coming. Everybody told me I was crazy as bat shit, but we're not gonna get into that. They called me, what's it called? What do you call bat shit? Guapo, Wudo, whatever the hell. Yeah, that's what I was crazy, but I told you they were coming. I heard from a very, very reliable source, right? Hear me out. So I don't mind how you say I wearing a cross, you know what I mean? And my opinion is my opinion. I have no reason to lie about video games. I can never be wrong about my opinion, right? My opinion is my opinion. But I've given you guys, a lot of credible information over the years on this channel. I'm never claimed to be an industry insider. That's not my thing. That's not my title. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about people within the industry. Do I know people within the industry? Not saying I don't care about them like that, but it's not a big deal. Even you guys saw for yourself when I was doing the show, when I was talking to Phil, I wasn't even following Phil on Twitter. Like, it's not a big deal to me. I'm not knocking those that's into that type of shit. I just never cared about who made a game. This is the God's honest truth. All that stuff here is new to me here. I've always enjoyed video games. I've always been a gamer. I've gotten more into it now since I've started doing YouTube, but I never cared about who made a game. You know what I mean? I didn't care about the vice president of Acclaim. Let me show my age here, or Midway, or it's not a big deal with me. It's never happened. Maybe that's why a lot of these quote unquote people within the industry, whether it's like feel okay talking to me, because I don't fan out, I don't wig out. I mean, when I first started dealing with Post Up and Post, my brother, and a certain exec from a certain major third-party company hopped in one of my parties, and he had something to say about another YouTuber that said something on air. I always say, be careful, be mindful what you say on air. And like, I'm not saying that Post Up called me a liar. He's like, damn, bro, you want really bullshit. Like, yeah, it's not a big deal to me. You know what I mean? But anyway, neither here nor there. So, of course, I don't mind the jokes. And people say next gen you're gonna go pony, this, that, and the other. Fine. You know what I mean? So I told you guys I got a couple of several racist tweets and stuff. And it's one thing I don't do the racist shit. I don't have the tolerance for that. It's, you know what I mean? Not saying it's bottom, like, come on, it's 20 goddamn 18. You think it's because the color of your skin, it makes you think you're better than someone, like you're real. Been the wrong one. Think it makes you better than someone, like you're bugging out, right? Let me get up out of here. It makes you better than someone, like you're tripping. You know what I mean? So anyway, I decided to play Fortnite the other day to see what all the hype was about. Now, shout out to All Day. All Day put this battery in me. I think me, Garrett, a few other people backs. Yeah, you got to get this for this before Fortnite had the Battle Royale mode. You know what I mean? I paid $30 for it, and wasn't really my thing. Building houses and stuff. So I finally tried it Sunday. To see what all the hype was about with the Battle Royale mode. It was cool. I enjoyed it. It was cool. I even enjoyed PUBG. I get the whole survival. I like that aspect of a game. Now I understand that Fortnite doesn't have the most realistic graphics, but like I said, one of the issues that I have with PUBG right now on the Xbox is very buggy. You know what I mean? Maybe they may have fixed some of those things by now. I said I was going to go back to PUBG once they add the achievements and all stuff in it. You know what I mean? But I had a good time playing with my friends. With whoever was me, J-Wax. Shout out to J-Wax, crazy ass. It was Noah. and I think Nethus, and I'm sorry, and Ant the Ruler was us, right? I good time playing with those guys, right? So I put on Twitter. I said I enjoyed playing Fortnite. Look, here's my tweet. Let me share my screen with you guys, right? Now I'm not going to show the racist ones because I'm not going to do that. The show is rated PG-13, but I might show them. Fuck it, right? Look, But anyway, make this a little bigger. And these are my dudes here, right? So I put out there, right? Because the first time I played the Battle Royale mode, I said I'm really liking Fortnite. You know what I mean? It was cool. I got it. You know what I mean? Not saying Fortnite is better than PUBG. It performs better. You know what I mean? Played at 60 frames. That I can't lie. There's a lot of rubber band the last time I played, but a lot of rubber banding, getting booted out of the game. Maybe they had fixed that by now. I don't know. But I remember I was down to like the highest I ever got in PUBG was like in second. And I believe I was in second. I think I was live streaming. The video was up. I was in second then, and I got booted out of the game, right? But you're able to log back in and put you back in the same. So when I logged back into the game, I was in the same spot, but of course I was being surrounded. When you get booted out, your character doesn't disappear. Your character stay there. So when I booted back in the game, people were shooting me. I'm like, oh my god, I ain't playing this shit. I'm kind of rage. But anyway, so and this is my dude too, my man Goku. He's on the Gears of War team. So I said I'm really liking Fortnite, right? My man Goku. So you're gonna stop with your rants about games with that art style. Now here's the thing, right? It's not about games with this art style. This is all that we have, exclusive wise. So if you don't understand what I'm saying by that, I don't know what the hell to tell you. And I didn't know that Microsoft made Fortnite. And I said, hell nah, nigga, that's all that we had. So my man go put tried. This is my brother Xbox Juice. Now Juice is a man. He's a what you call it. Okay, again, people like Juice, very talented dude. Can't wait for him to pop and get his just due. You know what I mean? He's gonna put in the work. He said hypocrisy, right? There you go, Blue, spiteful ass. This mofo ain't shit, right? So hey, you know what I mean? And these are my peoples, you know what I mean? Loving basketball. These are my peoples, right? So, but then again, I don't Donnie. I think am I following this guy? I don't know. I think I was following. Follows me. Shout out to Donnie Skills. What he put there? What did he put? Did I lose his tweet? I go back to it, right? Did I lose his tweet? I might have lost his tweet. But anyway, he put something to the fact that, not with that art style. What are you doing playing games like that? Right? Let me make this bigger. I got a few more here, right? People was questioning. There you go. Not that cartoon looking game. I'm like, okay, like what the hell you? All right, okay, not that cartoon looking game. Let me go here. Now this was started though. But I'm not gonna show you all the tweets. Snoopy, shout out to him. I don't have a problem with the dude. Someone with the guy. I actually follow him on Twitter. Old school Xbox guy. We need more realistic games from Microsoft. Give us a serious game that's not cartoon looking. I'm tired of this kitty stack. Then goes back to playing Fortnite. What the hell? And this is the meme here. A lot of likes. It's all we have. And again, I didn't know that Microsoft made Fortnite. Then Starcasm Image is still a cartoony style. That was one of your main complaints. Man up. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell are we doing here? Like, huh? I said it's all that we have. I didn't know that Microsoft made Fortnite. I didn't know you were in the Fortnite. I said, no, shit, me either. First time I played it. Game on, bro. And my man here for a Fatal Ignorance, shout out to him. So I guess I'm the only one so far that knows what you're getting at. Don't contradict yourself. It applies to some Xbox dude. I don't contradict myself, bro. Not sure what if anyone is referred to, but do elaborate. Oh no, I wasn't talking about you. Everybody knows you're talking because I put the tweet out there. Everybody seen me playing Fortnite. Oh, you responded to me saying don't contradict yourself. Lost lots on my mind today, so my bad. I misunderstood. I was responding to others. Man, speak your tongue, man. Hold no punches. Next gen, call me Judas, man. Call me everything but a child. I'm gonna say next gen you were lower than a snake's belly. Get it, man. Get off your chest. I was referring to others. Should have to put that in quotation. So good. Text so many times. Hard to catch meanings. I was behind. Fool. Oh, goes back to playing the Switch because I've seen some complain about mature games, but they've been playing. Oh, that guy here. Yeah, but anyway, facts, bro. Look at Xbox Juice. Look at this guy, piece of shit. Facts, bro. A lot of Xbox fans are flaky. Agreed, man. This another guy play Gears with Aldrich on the Gears thing. Agreed, man. Dudes whining and crying about realism. Does not indicate how good it. Now, I've never listen. Let's get the biggest knife in the drawer and let's cut the bullshit out, right? I never said the graphics determined how good a game was. I've never said that here. I've never said the art style or the graphics uh 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 determines how good a game was. I was just asking for some mature, realistic type games as far as exclusive wise that we're getting from first party or even second party from Microsoft. We don't have any. We don't. Halo 5, I give you an example. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the art style between the game like The Last of Us 2, right? The Last of Us 2. I'm not even saying that type of game you may like. I understand it doesn't have any multiplayer. You might say it's a walk, it's fine. I'm not even talking about the game having any multiplayer. Guess what Xbox game? Well, I don't want to play that. I'm not into single player game. Fine. I'm just talking about the art style and just that the other or the content is very mature. You know what I mean? I would love to have some type of games, whether it's multiplayer or not, on the Xbox. That's all that they ask for. So then they say, well, Microsoft is giving us a good mix. Where's the other mix? We haven't gotten any of those games. Because trust me, best to believe, had we got some other game, I wouldn't be saying shit. My mouth would be closed. I just know this. The last goddamn game announcement, exclusive-wise, AAA that we got was back in 2015. It is now 2018. We have got more announcements from Microsoft about them buying services. You know what I mean? Whether it's the Havoc engine, then we have games. You know what I mean? Play Labs, whatever, and then we Mixer, then we have goddamn games. That's all that I'm saying. And I'm telling you guys, listen here. And I'll say this again, and I'm on a record for saying, I even had this conversation with Southbound, shout out to South, a couple years ago. I told South I had more faith in the Xbox as far back when, and them believing in the actual product themselves back in during the 6th generation when the Xbox was getting stomped out by the PS2. But you had guys like Steve Ballmer and those guys on stage, Peter Moore jumping around and shit, you know what I mean? And so to look at the strides that they made from the original Xbox to the 360 is unprecedented, you know what I mean? With their second console that went over that mind shit. So I don't understand how they go from the 360 era to where they are now. That goddamn show they had inside of the Xbox, they don't know what they're calling for. You can't tell me that you're listening, then you go up there and interview a motherfucker playing the accordion. Even people that's interested in Sea of Thieves, they don't give a fuck about who was playing the accordion. That was bad. Then you got dudes saying, well, Megan's my brother. Well, this was their first show. Even all first shows are bad. Even first beat. Nah, this ain't their first show. What are we talking about? And it's sad to say that when your preferred company, when you have to go into a show with low expectations so you won't be let down, that's not what's up, man. I've spent well over $2,000 alone on hardware with Microsoft this generation. Well over. I bought 2 OG Xbox Ones. All right? I bought 2 $400 goddamn Xbox One S's. I got me one and mine got her own. So I bought one for my son at the start of the generation. I bought 2 when that white one right there jumped. Whenever it came out in August, whenever it came out, bought 2 of those. So that's 10. That's 1,000. That's 1,800 right there alone, right? It's over 1,800. Then a year later, I turned around and bought the Xbox One X. And I done bought 3 Elite controllers. You know what I mean? A number of other shit. Like, come on, man. Anybody, hear me out, right? And I'm gonna say this again. Maybe I gave myself too much credit. And you can't tell me that if they were to give us games like this, that you would be jumping up and down. So cut your shit. That's why I told them I'm not gonna listen. I don't believe in throwing anyone under the bus. But I had a few conversations with a lot of you guys, maybe watching within the Xbox community. You know what I mean, about the things you don't like Microsoft is doing, but you won't come on air. Some of you are starting to do it now. Won't come on air and say because you don't want to piss off your subscribers. Like I said, don't come to me confessing your sins. Be honest. Again, if you want your preferred platform to do better and be better, you have to be honest. You can't tell me that they're listening or they might not get it and what your fans and what we're screaming for, and you give us that dog shit show inside of 2 hours. They spent about an hour and 45 minutes on Sea of Thieves. Like, listen, let me be honest with you. When you do a show or have a presentation, right, you're supposed to try to appeal to, because I don't even know if that was for the Xbox fan base, the other gamers outside of your fan base. They get them to spend money on your platform. So I don't want any any Xbox guys ever complaining about a PlayStation, a PSX, or a Paris game show. Like what we got, or Nintendo Direct. That shit right there was horrible. And you know I don't care about Nintendo. I think they suck. But Nintendo just had to Direct and they showed Super Smash Brothers, whatever. Their fans were out there fainting. Can I faint once? Can I get on camera and faint? And from excitement, like they just had an unveiling that with State of Decay on IGN, right? If they didn't have much to show with this Inside Xbox, they could have showed that little 25 minutes of gameplay, something. You got my man, what's my man name? Major Nelson up there like Vanna White with the white gloves on. Like we out here tripping. Who man? You know what I mean? Like for what my man says, and I was just my man. He said, agreed, man. Dudes need whining and crying about realism. Does not dictate how good a game is. All about the fun fact. I'm still playing Gears, Halo, Gears of Force, and Halo, Force, and Gears. And Killer is all about the replay value, my dude. It's not replay value. Redbox. I ain't paying $60 for no. And again, it's not about single player game, which I do enjoy. A story-driven game. It's not about that. You know what I mean? I understand that Microsoft's strong suit are multiplayer games. I get it. Story strong suit is it's the single player, the story driven. I get it. So that's why I have both platforms. I won't miss out on anything. But I'm just talking about as far as what they're doing as far as the content. When the media was jumping up and down talking about Sony with this woman beater simulator, what did Sony come out and say? This is a game for adults, made by adults, and drop the goddamn mic. That's what I'm talking about. That's my brother here too, Dirt. Dirt's actually Patreon supporter, right? Shout out to you. He said, don't forget Microsoft is not advertising Sea of Thieves. Microsoft does it too. I will show pretty much advertising Sea of Thieves inside Xbox was trash. They didn't show anything. My man Steve McRae funny as hell too. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I ain't saying no names, but them cats over there are being led by nose ring by Sony fans. This has nothing to do with Sony. Nothing. They go, my brother Noah. Let me know they talking about me. Shout out to Noah. It has nothing to do with Sony. All right, nothing. I can listen. I have a PlayStation, so if anything, I'm not missing any games. All right, I own everything. I just prefer the Xbox. You understand what I'm going? Okay, so it's not about that I can't play God. Best believe when God of War comes out, I will be playing it. When Spider-Man comes out, I will be playing it. Days Gone, when that comes out, I will be playing it. Ghost of Tsushima, whatever the hell you call it, I will be playing it. The Last of Us 2, I will be playing it. Or whatever the hell. Cool. I don't have to wait. But I'm saying I would love to have some content like that on my preferred platform. What the hell is wrong with that? That is absolutely the truest statement. X Boom said any gamers who's a fan of the Xbox could say, laughing my ass off, They worship Persona 5. They need more anime game. Like, I don't know what the hell. You know what I mean? But they're going to start getting kind of bad. I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to give those guys the time of day. But you see where I'm going with this, man. Now, a lot of you guys give me I'm sorry, if you guys said anything to me, I'm looking at the chat now, I can see it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Actually, let me scroll down, I can see a little better here with you guys. It's not about being complacent. Shout out to my brother, Mighty Mo. It's not about being, that's in the studio. Von Lamont, he said, El Mega game, same guy hyping up Marlo Briggs. Yeah, you know what I mean? Shout out to my man dropping $2 in the super chat, you know what I mean? And also, like I said before, if you guys are just joining, hit the like button. If you also now, if you got an iPhone, now the super chat supports iPhone, so just want to throw that out there. Appreciate it. So anyway, like you know what I mean? It's not about because again, I what a lot of Xbox guys do, they say, well, I'm not into single player games, and fine, cool, but you act like that our multiplayer games or whatever can have a mature theme, content is what I'm asking for. You know what I mean? Realistically, you know what I mean? Like, look, I give you an example, right? I don't really. My man Marcus Swanson's. He said, "Are they holding these games for the next generation?" I don't know, good brother. I don't know. If anybody else dropped anything in the super chat, I'm scrolling up now. I didn't see it. Please forgive me. I mean, Shout out to my man Brasdell Dickens. He used to be dropping, $4,000, money in the PayPal. Shout out to you. He says Phil can make a game go in any direction he wants. They are spending the money on it. Don't tell me I'm going to spend my money and you're going to give me what the hell you want. It don't work like that. Good point. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, I'm just like I said, and I'm not going to say any names. One of these execs, right, said the next gen, you should be surprised of the power that you have within the community. And I don't look at it like that. You know what I mean? A lot of things that I've said here, um, people kind of took on later on. Like I said, when I told you guys that Microsoft had to come out and show the Xbox One X or Scorpio was literally working something at last year's not last year, the year before last E3 of 2016. You guys said no, it's going to kill the sales of the Xbox, this, that, and the other. They came out there and again to let the consumer know, hey, we're working, we got something that's coming out that's better than the Pro. And if you want, just get you on the fence about buying the Pro or whatever, hey, we got this coming out in 60 flops. So what they do, they came out and showed the console, and everybody changed their name on Xbox, put the little X behind it. Everybody put the everybody changed their name on Xbox and put the little X symbol behind the little Scorpion symbol. It's cool, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna preach me to him going, I get it, you know what I mean? But I said that they had to do that to turn this guy down. That they had to do that then, you know what I mean? And again, like I told you again that they were working on something that was gonna come out in 2017. And they did, you know what I mean? Like I said, my opinion is my opinion, you know what I mean? And I always see what I think, but I just think so. Even myself, like I said, maybe I gave myself more credit than I deserve. When you see a person like me, you know that I bleed green, more or less. Got you guys saying it. Be the behemoth, bleed green, and all this slick shit, right? So when I'm saying, and I'm a diehard, you know what I mean? It's one thing about, you know what I mean? Maybe I am a fanboy, but whatever. I've been here since they said the growing pains. And I'm just saying, and I told this also to South. I mean, if you look at all the exclusive content that we had from the OG Xbox, Otogi and all types of Panzer Dragon, like Shamu and all that shit. I mean, to where we are now, just the guarantee to get a Gears, Forza, and Halo. I understand they have other exclusives coming out, but you know what I mean. But we know that we're gonna get a sequel to Gears, Forza, and Halo. We're in a very, very dangerous place, man. And I said that. I said there's nothing wrong with 343 Studios making something outside of Halo universe. And I just read here on Twitter. What's the guy's name on Twitter? Shaggy. I call him Shaggy. What the hell is that guy's name? One of the guys from 343 has left, and they just showed the new game that he's been working on. You know what I mean? And also, I'm gonna talk about this Naughty. I got my shout out to my man Morgan Day sent me an article from Naughty Dog. We're gonna talk about it tonight on Beastfire. How Sony doesn't dictate what they make. They basically giving the creative freedom. You know what I mean? And when I said, when I was even talking about, because I told you guys I've met people within the well, not met, but whatever here. And when a certain developer told me I didn't go to school to put myself $100,000 in debt just to make card games, I didn't pick that number by chance. I just didn't say that by chance. You know what I mean? And I say a lot of time, a lot of these since I've been doing this, I've met a few, like I said again, a few guys, people, and maybe sometimes they feel a little. I'm not saying that they tell me everything because it's not even about. I'm not even gonna sit there and lie, but they know I'm not the one that's gonna go out there and say everything. Like a lot of things I hear that I don't even mention. I don't see shit about. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to be how you say the break the news story or that's not my thing, man. I'm not knocking those that do, but it ain't that serious to me. It's really not. And only I can, if you know me, it's just like I said, I've a lot. I've met, how you say, made a few relationships with some of you guys here, and you guys truly know me. I don't give a shit about. I don't rat's ass about any of that shit there. You know what I mean? But even within this community, if a lot of times if a lot of you guys didn't tell me, I wouldn't know what the hell be going on. I'd be in my own little world, man. And some of you guys think that's just some slick shit that I say to be cool. Nah, it's the guys on this truth, man. Shout out to my man Jet out New York. New York. He said, next gen, don't worry about the haters, player. I'm a Nintendo fan. Even in our description, you've been 100 since I've known you. That's almost 10 years I've known you. Yeah, man. I met this man here in Jet out New York in a homeless shelter. Shout out to my man Jet out New York, man. And he's a man of his word. I want to say that. I want to say this, and there's a little sidebar. Not too many people keep their word here. When you bet them, here. Like I bet him, paid, not a problem. You know what I mean? I bet several people. Even remember, go back to 2016. What's that Joker name? More what the hell was that? I don't got girl. Well, the proper name for it, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. PMS Jordan. She bet me a game, right? That I told her that these next generation consoles are coming out. So not just I'm sorry, that Microsoft and both Sony are releasing mid-gen refreshes. You think I got my game? Hell no. I bet Dr. Trey $50 that the Wii U wouldn't sell 10 million in 1 year. Joker trying to pay me in eShop. Like these jokers ain't a man of the word here. But shout out to my man, to my Jet out of New York for being a man of his word and you know what I mean, and keeping it funky with me, man. You know what I mean? Y'all got any questions? See if we get the hell about here. And but even Marcus Swanson, are they holding games out for next generation? Let me say this right, and I wanted to address that when you put in the chat. 2017 was horrible, and just think about this: the games that we're getting this year, 2018, we were supposed to get them last year. We were supposed to get the games that we get, whether Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, only one besides probably Forza and Horizon 4. Sea of Thieves, Crackdown. What else is coming out? That we know, State of Decay 2. All these games, those 3 games I just named, we were supposed to get those games last year. You know what I mean? We've been saying about those games since 2014, 2015, whatever. I mean, more or less. We were supposed to get those games last year. You know what I mean? So leading into 2017, I understand outside of the X, this is real shit here. Outside of the X, and I think the X is the best console that I ever owned in my life. Let's look at what we got exclusive wise. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not your typical Xbox guy. I don't know. I've never really been a big fan of Halo. Not really my thing. But we got an RTS and a simulation racer. Disneyland, Disney Rush, Zoo Tycoon. Like, come on, man. Lucky Tales. The fact that we're gotten some DLC for Lucky Tales before we've gotten a State of Decay. I'm sorry, no, Sunset Overdrive. You know what I mean? Or Rise. Like, come on, it's a problem. What the hell are we doing here, man? Now, there are a bunch of rumors leading up to E3. Oh, I'm about to get to your question right now, Anticast. Shout out my man Anticaster, who really be rocking out with me in the super chat. You know what I mean? It's a problem, man. They're not listening to the core. And I understand that Rise, and I understand they may have had a problem with Crytek. But Crytek, if their doors are still open, they're going belly up, man. Go in and do what you got to do. That will be a huge fan service. You know what I mean? If we were to get a Rise too. My man Anticaster dropped $5 in the chat. I appreciate it, good brother. Microsoft needs to allow their studios to work on multiple games instead of Gears, Halo, and Forza. Take a damn risk, take a page out of the Sony book, and you're absolutely right, right? So when I said this, remember I started this conversation that they need to, if you look at 343 Studios, it's about 500 people that work there, right? Sony took 10 people from the Uncharted 3 team. Real true story. They took 10 people from the Uncharted, not Sony, but Naughty Dog, took 10 people from the Uncharted team and started them on The Last of Us, right? Then brought their idea to Sony. Sony loved it, green light. And we can arguably say that maybe The Last of Us, especially outsold Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, was a bigger exclusive for Sony than Uncharted. Huge hit. And also, too, we all know that The Last of Us 2, I'm sorry, it's coming. But they're working on another third-party action game outside of Uncharted and The Last of Us. Now, I told you before, I don't buy the fact that Naughty Dog's more talented. I don't buy that. You know what I mean? I'm not, it's all it's rejected, whether you like, Halo or Uncharted. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But you can't do that. And I understand that Bungie left Microsoft. But you got to realize this. And whether you love Destiny or not, whether you said it fell off or not, Destiny was under Microsoft roof. They had that there, which is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, multi-plat that came out this generation. You know what I mean? You see where I'm going with this? You know what I mean? But they argue me down. No, we don't want to see. And that's how, as a fan, could you argue about getting more games? I don't understand it. As a fan, how could you argue about getting more games? That's crazy as hell. As a fan, how could you argue about getting more games? Listen, not saying you in particular, and you know who it was. Well, I don't want to see. Like, what the hell are we doing here? No, but I got 100% achievements in Disneyland. You damn right I did. Fuck, nigga. You know what I mean? Mighty Mouse. PUBG's with its flaws is better than Fortnite. Fortnite wasn't free. Y'all motherfuckers would be mute. Um, I mean, I don't know. You know what? A Mighty Mouse. I like the realistic, of course, the art style of PUBG a little better than I do Fortnite. But I can't get with the house building yet thing on Fortnite. I got to get that down pat. But Fortnite runs 100% better than PUBG. That's a fact. I don't know if it's because of the 60 frames, less bugging, or all that snapping. I'm not saying that some games may not have their bugs, but Epic is sticking it too. Then they got the what's that shit? 5 20-man teams of battle royale mode. And it's 60 frames, 4K 60 is shitting on PUBG right now. My man Von Lamont, shout out to my man Von Lamont, who really be rocking out on the super chat. He said $70 for a State of Decay Halloween mask with no game. And it comes with, and you know what? I was gonna buy it. I thought it was like a not even the fact that it's a mask. I'm not buying it. I thought it was the actual head that I can stand up some damn where. Like I thought it was the actual head. I don't want the mask. It comes with a thumb drive also too. You know what I mean? I was looking for a link to buy it, but I seen it was just a mask. I don't think that I'm getting it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But this not be the first that collect this edition. Like they had the Battlefield one was like then $200 without the game. It won't be the first. You know what I mean? It's not. They're not even with the Mass Effect. Remember the Mass Effect? There was the Mass Effect 4, whatever that one was. Came out with the collected like $200 without the goddamn game. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't think I said I don't think I'm going to get it though. You know what I mean? But man, Jack, what's up, Z? I had the same thought as you. Why are we setting low expectations for these inside Xbox shows or even any Xbox show? And that's all that I'm saying, my man. Bang House. You see, yeah, and again, I'm not negating. My man Bang House said Naughty Dog may not be the best, but they're allowed to make what they want, and that would look. There's something. Check it out, Bang House, and shout out to you for rocking out. I've also said this. I said that. Hear me out. That developers are artistes at the end of the day. I understand anybody's on the money because it's like my brother Xbox. On one of the shows on BGST, he argued me down that 343 loves making Halo, and you have people stay behind from Bungie to make Halo. No, people stay behind from Bungie. Hear me out. People stay behind for job security. You know what I mean? One of the guys, I just had twins. I got health insurance. You know what I mean? And for chasing a dollar in a dream. You know what I mean? That's why people stay behind. It's not their damn game. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not their game. So, I mean, it's not that they like making this or like making that. Like, I mean, anything I said, they're artists and you can't stifle their creativity. I mean, you let them go out there and take a chance. You know what I mean? Von Lamont dropped another $3. He said, I can't shit on Fortnite and hype Sea of Thieves. Can't shit on Fortnite and hype Sea of Thieves. You know what? I mean, like I said, I'm on the record of saying, and maybe this may be being a little biased. I'm not a big fan of Rare. I'm not. I've always said that. I don't like the art style of the game, even going back to Grab by the Ghoulies. You know what I mean? Rare had made some games that I like, you know what I mean? Whether it's Killer Instinct, the Rare. And listen, the reason why Killer Instinct kind of feels like Killer Instinct, besides they ain't got the fucking fatalities in it no more. I don't know why, but my man Ken Lobb, who was at Rare back in the day, he oversees the making of the game. You know what I mean? Also West Rare made that like back in the day. They made RC Pro Am, if I'm not mistaken. But I've never been a big fan of Rare art style. And being funky, listen. So I remember me saying that I'm about to get the hell. I'm not gonna be here too long, right? But I remember me saying that if you had to compare the body of work between Rare and Lionhead Studios, what has Rare made for the Xbox outside of Kinect Sports and Avatar compared to the Fable franchise? You know what I mean? Just think about that. You know what I mean? And even when, like I said, and not with Fable Legends, I understand that wasn't Fable, but that's not something that they wanted to make. Microsoft wanted to have their own Dota League of Legends type game to keep people paying into it. And the way those games are set up is that you got to get to like a racer. You get to a certain checkpoint, then you receive more money and funds. You know what I mean? Why that game took so long that came out, because then Microsoft wanted that Windows 10 play anywhere shit. You know what I mean? And if you know about Rare, they've never made a game like that. Never made anything, online multiple. That's not their forte. You know what I mean? So that, and again, I heard that from somebody over there, and they was kind of stuck doing that. And to be fair too, those guys finally lost their job on Twitter, which sucks. You know what I mean? And I was telling people like, damn, we just lost a major studio. And that's a problem. If you look at Microsoft, if you look at these studios, even with Crackdown is their biggest game that was going to come out this holiday season, and it's not even made by them. You imagine Uncharted was Sony's biggest game coming into the Christmas, and it's not made by Sony, it's made by somebody else. I forgot the name of the damn company, but they're not even making, you know what I mean? That is a problem. That's a problem. Be the behemoth you are. Now, people like to blame everything on Terry Myerson's or whatever the case with choking the Xbox budget. But I've always said this too. There's no way in hell that Sony should be out there out hustling you. First, you guys were saying, they had all the advertisement and they had all the third-party support. I mean, all the third-party deals. And now they even got the exclusives. So what the fuck is the excuse? You understand what I'm saying? What's the excuse? They got all the marketing, all the third-party deals, and now they got the goddamn exclusives. So that's it. When I was saying back then, like last year, you didn't have it, like how they're out hustling you. They're getting, check it out, right? Real shit. So, and what do you like to show? Paris Games, we got what was dope, and again, it was huge for their fans. Whether we liked it or not, as Xbox got, it was huge for their fans. Our Gamescom was dog shit. Comic-Con was dog shit. You know what I mean? As Xbox guys, you wouldn't like to have a big show, only Xbox? Like, come on, man, we gotta be honest. Well, Sony showed nothing but VR. Like, come on. Goddamn Microsoft took 2 hours interviewing the motherfucker playing the flute from goddamn Sea of Thieves. What, like, I don't know. That show right there was very, very sweet. I told you I damn near slipped into a diabetic coma. That shit was sweet. That shit was sweet. You know what I mean? D almost said PSX was trash. It was better than that goddamn Inside an Xbox show. That's a fact. I said, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like I said, if I get any more questions in before I get the hell up, I'm gonna catch you guys later on tonight. Also, too, I want to let you guys give you a heads up that we've been supposed to be doing this forever. Supposedly, we're gonna see how, because Puerto Rock is going overseas to Italy. We're supposed to be doing a show together on Saturdays that we're going to switch up between my channel and his channel. You know what I mean? You guys have been asking for that for a while. You know what I mean? And I enjoy working with Puerto Rock. He's a piece of shit though. But you know what I mean? So working out the logistics of that. So we're gonna see, how that's gonna do. What time we're gonna do it? Because I know we're gonna be on 2 different times. You know what I mean? He's ahead of me by 5 hours, so whatever the case may be in Europe. So look out for that. Actually, I'm gonna be on Puerto Rock's channel tomorrow. It's his farewell show. I'm sorry, his farewell show. Before we get, somebody sent me a picture. But let me tell you some shit I get sent, man. I'll share y'all in a minute. But anyway, he told me to show this on the air. Whatever. But anyway, so look out for that. You know what I mean? Be coming soon. I don't know the name, the next Gen and P Rock show. I don't know what the hell we're gonna call it, but it's gonna be a once a week show that we're gonna alternate. 1 week it'll be on my channel, 1 week it'll be on this channel. Every Saturday, you know what I mean? Knock on wood. But tomorrow I'm gonna be on his channel, and he's gonna come to Beastfire too. But that's gonna be it for him for a while until he gets up and settled and everything over there in Europe. And then it is what it is. Someone sent me a like I don't know what I could send so much. I guess you want me to show it. This guy called. Let me share my screen. He called Bon a bum or some shit. I don't know what the hell. I get sent some of the craziest shit here. Some of this motherfucker's a bum. He got tape on his goddamn controllers. I don't know what the hell it's about. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I get sent some of the craziest shit sometimes, man. But anyway, man, this is your boy NXTGEN720. Thank you for coming here today. But am I a hypocrite for enjoying Fortnite? You know what I mean? Does that make me a hypocrite? I just want to know. You know what I mean? Hip Hop Game want to do a one-on-one. Me, tell him make it happen. What's crazy? I was supposed to. I was trying to actually did someone to debate how to destroy them, but make it happen. You know what I mean? Ask me, you want to come on rock out with me? He done said some crazy shit throughout the years. Man, I used to take up for him when he talking about as gamers we didn't have a right to complain about Street Fighter V, but the online wasn't working and like he jumped out the window head first with that one. You know what I mean? Yeah, he done put my man Hip Hop Giving and said some crazy They call him man duct tape bomb. Joke is crazy. LOL duct tape bomb. Yeah, hip hop gaming said some crazy. Shout out to him though. You know what? I would say they ain't gonna sit and hate him. Anybody, I don't know his personal business, but what I know, this is what he does. This is his job. And if I am wrong, I do stand corrected. I think it's dope if anybody can do what they love for a job and take it here it is. I could never hate on that. You know what I mean? I don't agree with a lot of things that he said. Like I know that he's more pro PlayStation than anything. Like one time he said that PS Now was better than Xbox backwards compared something native. Like what? Like he done said some wild shit during the years, man. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. My man, Gamers for Life Media Z, you need to do more shows like this by yourself. I miss when you used to do before you got snitched on and your channel got shut down. We're not talking about that. Hey, listen, I'm back. I'm working, man. I listen, man. I told you guys going forward. I know I'm not gonna walk away straight away from doing the regular videos. Like you know what I mean. You guys like when I do like like the 5-10 minutes. I'm still gonna do those, but a lot of times it's easier for me and time consuming. I just fire up the camera and talk about several topics within one video. I don't know. Maybe I may name that something. I don't know. It's like easier for me than editing in the video. But like I said, I'm not gonna go away from that. We're actually making 5-10 minute video. I'm still gonna do that, but a lot of times it's a lot easier for me. I'm sorry to do it that way. Zaire, are you getting Sea of Thieves? Actually, I have it already. It was gifted to me. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I told you to listen. Maybe I may love Sea of Thieves. Maybe I may like it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't played any of the betas. I haven't played any of the betas, so I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of what do you call it? PUBG. My brother Garrett, he loved that goddamn game. I couldn't see what all the hype was. It wasn't until I played it, and that's when I got it. And Sea of Thieves may be the same way. So if I come up here and make a video saying that I like Sea of Thieves, the best thing since sliced bread, it's not that I'm being a hypocrite. I never played it. You know, we kind of judge games by what we see. By me looking at it, it doesn't look that interesting to me. I'm gonna keep it funky. It don't look that interesting to me. Ryan Land said, and exactly, at Nick, he said, you never said you don't like other type of games, you said you want more mature titles added. You get it, my man. You got it. And to be honest with you, see the way it is looking, it doesn't really hold my attention. Like, look, for example, right? You know, Garrett, King's Blood Gamer, his fucking angry gamer ass don't like shit, right? He used to be shitting on Sea of Thieves, big fella. And it wasn't until he played it with his friends that he can't wait to get it. You know, and maybe I might be the same way. It's not that I'm a hypocrite. I've yet to play it. You know what I mean? And just by looking at it, I'm keeping it funky. I don't really hold my attention. And then they had that dog shit fucking presentation. Man, I'd rather sit and watch paint dry. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is your boy NXTGEN720. I will catch you guys later on Xbox Beastfire. We'll be going live about 9:45 with that show, their late night edition. Listen, you guys enjoyed the show today, hit the like button, man. I might sit here, man. I don't listen. I ain't got to address the fact that people want K-Maker kicked off the show. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something, right? Right. I regardless of what you may think, I think it's dope that even though my man K-Maker be out that motherfucker putting the D in damage control, that we all have a difference of opinion. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say this right. The way that I do my shows and the content I create here, I'm always creating. It's one thing you can't take it from me, right? Everything that you more or less seen that came off a spinoff of BGST, I have my hands in one way or another. I'm not taking shots at anybody, right? But everything that I do is different. When you have BGST, it's more situated as being a more fan service Xbox show, like podcast. Then you have Xbox Beastfire, it's more level head, more techie, for our show. Then I got the multiplayer, which is straight up fanboy goddamn show. I mean, a console war, Xbox, PlayStation. That's what they're all different, they're not all the same. That's why you got some fans of BGST, you got some people just love, they think multiplayer is the best thing that I do, and I made those shows, I get those shows like that for that reason, so you can get I try to give everybody something, BGST ain't for everybody, Xbox Beastfire ain't for everybody, the multiplayer, some people don't like to shout and talk, like some people love it. Like you guys had a blast. I got to start working more with Baron. Funny, Black Baron is a funny dude, man. And let me say this before I go. A lot of people don't know this, they're new to this community. But when I first came here, You gotta realize Baron like famous, like Baron was kind of viral. You know what I mean? I don't know how many subscribers he got, but Baron made this one video about FIFA or the World Cup or soccer or some shit, and he did this video. Maybe I can find it and put the link here. And ranting about the World Cup being held in Qatar or some shit, and that shit went viral. You know, Baron had been to the video, hosted the video game awards and all types of shit, man. I think Baron killed somebody in the ring too on the low. I ain't even bullshitting. Black Baron rants about what they call that shit, World Cup. Look at this shit. I think this is it right here, World Cup. I think this might be it right here. Yeah, this the video right here that went viral from Baron.
You know, some things.
Wait, hold up. I'm gonna share a little bit on my screen with you. This the video here that went viral for Baron. Baron, my dude, though. He Nintendo dude, man. You know what I mean? Cool cat, man. Never had any problem with Baron. But I'm gonna leave the link here. This is the link. The video went viral for Baron.
More than others. Things that get to me can be surprising to some of the people that know me. But when I heard this,
yeah, I'm gonna leave the link down below. This is Baron. Like a lot of people don't know. A lot of these new cats know it. Baron the OG. Like Baron was kind of famous when it first came in. That shit funny as hell right there with Baron. Check that out. You know what I mean? Baron is a straight character. You know what I mean? But anyway, thank you. My man Marquise One said NXTGEN720 sticks and stones might break my bones, but broken domes and Antonio Holmes would never hurt me. Young Jokers is crazy. Don't start that shit, man. Don't start that shit. But check out my man Black. And also too, man, I'm betting whatever. I'm betting the house on Baron. Anybody want to play Baron in Madden? I'm betting whatever on Baron. I told Triple Cut. Listen, if you didn't see the show Saturday about thoughts on Inside Xbox, we had Baron. It was a funny show. Check it out. Actually, I'll leave the link right now. If you didn't see it, I'll leave the link right here. Check it out. Baron destroyed Triple Cup Chuck. He destroyed him in Madden. I told Triple Cut Chuck, don't just because my man a Nintendo dude. He rock with that Switch. He go, yo, Baron can play that Madden. Anybody wants to smoke with Baron? And this, like I said, was a funny show. I'm leaving the link right here. If you guys, a lot of you guys, that was like kind of a spur of the moment. Baron on the show too. Baron funny ass on the show too. Baron, I'm betting the house on Baron. I'm taking Freeze. We ain't turning down nothing. You know what I mean? He beat him like 56-14 or some crazy shit like that. We on Twitter talking about it. If you listen, if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, man. Here go my Twitter handle. If you're not following me on Twitter, please do so. I'll be more on Twitter than if I do Facebook. You know, we got the Facebook group too. But here's my Twitter handle, as always. Follow me here. Here's my Twitter handle. And I'm in the first comment down below. Guys, join the Discord. If you want to come on the show and all that funny shit, man, join the Discord. You know what I mean? There's a link right there to Twitter. But anyway, like I said, I'm out of here, man. I'll catch you guys later on tonight on Xbox Beats Fire. And again, if you enjoyed the show today, please hit the like button. I'm out of here. Bang.